welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. We're working with the Mini Zebus today for the first time in a long time. All I want you to do right now, Sarah, is just what you're doing. Feel comfortable in the saddle. Just try to keep Semi's head towards Suzie. Now, Suzie is my eldest heifer, the mother to Seela. We didn't bring Seela in here because we're not ready for that kind of a challenge. And just beyond Suzie is Rusty, the bull, and Seela, her daughter, running around. And Rusty, do you see how he's doing these bullish things, Sarah? Putting his horns into the dirt, etc. That could be challenging to Semi. So be aware that she could suddenly feel like she's prey to Bull Rusty, even though she's twice the size and twice the weight. See if you've got a handle on Semi going backwards, forwards, left and right. And very important, yes, to be able to steer your horse. Maintain their focus. And when you're ready to let her focus on the cow, then you give her her head, and with proper training, she knows what to do. Now, as you do that, Sarah, I'm going to explain. You don't have to concentrate because you can watch this video next time when it's uploaded on how you move a cow with a horse. Suzie is not offering to move right now. But if you walked up to her hips without getting into strike range, she's likely to move forward. And there goes Rusty there on the south fence, and so Semi just got excited, and there goes Seela, the youngster, running around, which is the way she is. She's a youngster in the arena. She's a real challenge. We have a lot of fun with her. We're riding Semi today because Semi loves cow work. And it's been a long time since she's been allowed to do mini cow work here at Shadrack Farm. So as an introduction to season 29 and to Sarah, who's never done this, this is how we've decided to work with the Mini Zebus with Shadrack Triton Semi. Legacy to my stallion, Shadrack Triton Jim Crack. That's good. The way you're standing is fine. Now, if you wanted to turn Suzie, because she's right now headed northward, and you wanted to turn her to go, let's say, westward, you'd walk toward the right side or the south side of her head, and that will turn her. But that's what's so challenging about cow work and so fun and exciting is she may not do exactly what you think she's going to do. So you need to be ready to maneuver very quickly with your cow horse to change the path that she chooses to take. And that's one of the very, very important reasons you need to be able to swing over the haunches. You can't do a U-turn. Good, that's good. Keep asking Semi, forward, backwards, left and right. Okay, now just walk in, not too close, because Semi in an eye blink could turn around if she suddenly thinks that she needs to be aggressive with Rusty. Normally I would go into the arena and do some turning myself on foot, but I am still recuperating from my left hip replacement, so I'm being very careful only to be outside the arena, to take the video, and to be here for advice if it's needed. Semi only has a side pull on her head. We didn't want to put a bit in her mouth because if Sarah gets tense, we don't want even a snaffle bit to be in the mouth. But the side pull will give you the left and right control and the stop control, just not as good as when you have a shank bit or a snaffle bit in the mouth. But you know what? If you have a good partnership with your horse, you don't need any bit. And we've done this without any bridle. But it was a couple years ago, so we're reintroducing my Morgan Semi to mommy heifer Suzie. Look how they're looking at each other. That's real good. They're investigating each other. Now, if you can carefully walk to the corner, you might be able to get Suzie to move northward. Good. Make sure you give Semi her head, but make sure you have a handle on your cues. And don't forget Rusty's right there, so he could become bullish any minute. Good, good, good. She asked Semi to back, and Semi backed nicely. A little bit of the swishing of the tail, but an energetic back. I can't even go out there where Suzie is on the outside of the fence because of Rusty. He could be acting bullish just because one of his heifers is here in the arena. And although he has had a vasectomy so that I make sure he doesn't inbreed here at Shadrack Farms, he still has the hormonal tendency to be bullish. Good. Suzie is chewing her cud. Yeah, walk on her right side if you can. See if you can get it a turn. You could have walked to the right side and she might have turned to the west, but that's okay. There are a lot of options here when you're working with cows and horses. Semi is up-headed. She's a little bit stressed. Try not to hang. You've got a side pull on. Try to use one rein or the other, but not both. Walk towards Suzie's head. Let's see if she'll offer to move. If it were Seela, she'd be running up and down the fences, across the diagonal. She's just full of energy. That's okay. If she doesn't move, we'll get it next time. We'll have somebody here on foot who's more able to move around than I am. Do this. Sarah, say yeah, 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 yeah. We're going to do a little yahoo here. Yeah, a little yahoo. You know how cowboys sometimes they yahoo when they're trying to move a cow with their voice. Okay. So walk up to her and say yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. Keep going. Sometimes they take a hand and they slap their thigh. There you go. You got her to move. Very good. Yes. Yes. Now, be careful. Don't let Semi do U-turns. Make her watch that cow move over her haunches. That's it. Yeah, Semi gets real excited when she's being asked to do some cow work around here. That's great. That's great. And you know what? That was so good. That was so good, and we only have a short session today due to time constraints. Let's just back Semi off. Back her off. See how excited she is. Back her off. Walk around the arena here on this end. Just say, okay, Semi, your job is done with the cow, and now you're going to be listening to some, just a little bit of walking here, Sarah, behind you, away from Suzie. I doubt that Suzie will come on this end of the arena. If it were Seela, she would. So you always have to be ready when you're doing cow work with these mini cows, especially Seela. Just walk around. Get Semi's mind off a cow for a minute. And then before we quit, I want you to come over here close to the camera and tell me how you felt up there and how she felt up there, especially when Suzie moved to the westerly direction. Good. Semi's looking much more relaxed. Walk right by Suzie. Come on up to the camera and tell us how it felt. It's your first time. It's been a long time for Sam. Okay, how'd it feel?
It was good. She was a little tense, but she's kind of not keeping her head. She's not facing the cow the whole time. I think that's a problem. She wants to turn away.
But don't forget they see out of the side of their eye. Are you sure she wasn't watching from her peripheral?
No, she was trying to turn.
Turn away. Okay, and it may be because Rusty was right there too.
Oh, I think so.
You know, we had a little bit of complication today, but we were, as is often the case, short-staffed, so we at least got to show you what it's like to watch a cow, a mini cow here at Shadrach Farms with my right now best cow horse, Shadrach Triton Semi, Sarah, for the first time doing this task. We are working Suzie and Seela, her daughter Seela, today in the arena with Semi, and Katie, who has done quite a bit of work with Semi on cow work and haunches, is on Semi today. The last session we had with Semi, Sarah had never done it. We only had Suzie in the arena. And I'm not going in the arena because I'm still recuperating from my left hip replacement, so I can't take a chance of being knocked around. But we're going to show you as best we can here with some video what Semi is able to do when she's working with cows that are willing to move and has a rider on her back that knows how to use her leg pressure and her body weight and balance to move with the cows. So look, the cows are moving like crazy today, especially because they're together, and especially because youngster Seela, who's Suzie's daughter, is usually quite a mover. But the fact that Seela is moving is making Suzie move. Suzie is the one that's running up to me now with the longer horns. They're kind of moving around even more than I thought they would. We don't want to push them so hard that they're going to try to go through the fence. But we are going to first just try to rate them with Semi. And we're hoping that Semi will enjoy it and not show stress, not gape. And that Katie will feel comfortable in the saddle. There we go, just rating. That means follow those cows. That looks good. Now they may not go together. That's okay. Today, let's follow Seela wherever she goes.
Okay.
And we have Rusty, the papa, the bull, a fence away. We don't want him right here near the arena fence because he was a little bit aggressive last time, being right on the arena fence, and that scared Semi. Okay, that's Suze. Okay, that's all right. If you choose Suze, that's fine.
No, she chose that.
Oh, she chose that. Semi loves to do cow work, so she's saying, okay, which one am I supposed to follow? Which one am I supposed to turn? Which one am I supposed to cut out of the herd? Today we have a herd of 2. And I'm going to move to the other side of the camera here in the hopes that I won't be a draw to the cows to come towards me. Okay, now Katie is going with Seela. Pull over the haunches as much as possible. Look at that speed. Okay, here comes Seela. We don't want to push her so hard that she's going to run into the fence. But we do want to encourage her to move like she is. A lot of backward movement, that's good. Seela is separate from Suze now. Katie will choose whether to go parallel, to rate, which means to follow, or to attempt to turn. And there are ways to turn a cow. There are ways to make a cow move. There is psychology to how to keep a cow moving. And you will learn all of that if you keep watching this thread of cow work with our Mini Zebus here at Shadrach Farms. We've done a lot of work with our simulated cows, but there isn't as much fun and as much challenge as when you use a real cow, even though it's a mini cow. Look at Seela move. Look at the challenge before Sam and Katie. Over the haunches, back and forth. Eventually, Katie, we'd want you to be able to put those reins around your horn without causing any stress on Semi's mouth, and let her follow. She'll understand, because that's what a cutting horse does. But that takes a lot of practice, a lot of repetition. Look how Katie is moving back on the haunches, how she's using her body weight sitting on her pockets. Good, that was good. Instead of running towards Seela, she ran towards the fence that Seela was running along. And that turned Seela. That's part of the psychology of moving a cow. There you go. Looks like Suzie has decided her safest place is right here in the corner. Can you look at her with the camera? She got stressed. She has scours. We always have to hose her off after sessions like this, but Seela is not stressed. She's just, I think, not minding at all to run around like this, over the haunches, back and forth, along the fence, trying to come back here to this fence where Mom, turning, giving us a real good challenge. Good. And looks like Katie almost dropped her mic, but that's okay. Let's give Semi a chance to collect herself. As a matter of fact, until Katie has something to say, we've asked her to turn her mic off. Let's just watch, and I will describe what I'm seeing. Good. Katie's learning how to cut off the cow at the pass, so to speak. Usually, beginners try to go toward the cow to turn them, and that's not the way to do it. If they're running up the fence, full speed ahead like this, you go towards where they're heading, and that turns them. Seela just turned very nicely. Now, Semi is just biting at her bit, not exactly gaping. The less rein we use, the less she'll feel like she needs to bite at her bit. That was good over the haunches. Good. Walk towards Seela. As soon as she starts moving over the haunches. Good. Yes. Wonderful challenges today from little Seela being worked by Semi and Katie. As a matter of fact, I feel that you guys are doing so well. Whenever you're feeling comfortable, Katie, we'll just quit. We're going to take Semi on a nice trail ride. By the way, whenever Semi goes on trail rides where there's cattle around, she just perks up. She loves to do this. Semi is the legacy to my stallion, whom I had for 33 years. My stallion, Shadrach Triton Jim Crack. And he and I did cutting, roping, trail riding, play days, pole bending. We did everything together. And he was willing, and I only wanted to learn on him. I didn't want to learn on other horses that already knew how. I just wanted to learn on him. That was my choice. Here comes Seela. Okay, let's see what Katie chooses to do now, because she can ask Semi with her body language, a little bit with her reins, to wait, be patient. There goes Suzie, but I'll bet you Suzie will, if she's allowed to, turn around and come back to this corner. It might be challenging to see if you can keep Suzie from doing that. Yeah. You're going to lose that battle because you're behind Suzie. If you had come toward the fence, if you'd been in a position to do that, you might have been able to convince her otherwise. Let's see if you can do it now. Oh, Semi's gaping. Yeah. Let's give Semi every opportunity to do the move herself. Be patient. Do a lot of backwards movement. Backwards movement with enthusiasm. Good. Stop. chances are Suzie at some point is going to head over here. So you need to keep yourself in a position to stop her from doing that. You changed gears, that's okay. You went after Seela, that's okay. You know, when you're out in the range and you're trying to direct your cattle, sometimes it's not clear which cow you're going to be trying to move, which cow is going to move, what fence is going to be in the way, what the ground is going to be like. And that's what we're trying to do here, is be real realistic and do ranch horse versatility with our mini cows today in the arena. Tomorrow, maybe we'll do it out in our pastures. We're taking it one step at a time. Good, Semi is doing it.
Since that's where our pen would be if we had it set up, I'm just going to leave them there and act like we penned them.
Okay, we're oh yes, that's where our pen is. It's just up against the fence. Yeah, we do have two portable vinyl pallet panels here in the corner where Suzie and Seela are. You know what you could do is see if you can walk up there without dislodging them and raise your hand. Remember when we were penning, that scared Semi to walk towards them? We'll get back to doing that, we hope. Because if you're team penning, you need to pen your cows, and then you need to get to the gate and raise your hand. And every time we tried to do that, the last time we tried to pen, yeah, Semi said, uh-oh, that's so scary. And she pulled back. So that's good. All right, I'm going to let you choose your challenge, and then when you feel that you're at your moment of resolution, come on over here, turn your mic on, and tell us your observations. Needless to say, we want Eve and Sadie to learn how to do this too. That's good. She's not gaping, she's watching. How about turning on your mic? If you're comfortable calling this our moment of resolution and telling us what you observed, because you've been riding Sem a lot.
She's doing pretty good. I think she's gaping because I'm trying to keep her on her haunches. She wants to not do the whole haunches turns and just go around in a circle. So we need to work on that, but besides that, I mean, she loves doing this stuff, so.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you never felt uncomfortable up there, like you were going to lose your seat or anything like that?
Nope.
And Semi is the old cow horse you remember?
Yeah,
good.
He still loves doing it.
Okay. Today in our cow work session, we have a hormonal bull that keeps coming to the back gate, but right now he's walking away. We have his heifer, Seela, in the arena, who's usually the most active of cow work horses. Here she is running around. Sadie is my youngest Morgan. Oh, here comes Rusty again. Sadie is my youngest Morgan, and we just want to give her a few minutes today with active heifer Seela in this arena, rating, watching, realizing that she has a job to do, but trying to keep her from getting stressed. Now, we're not having to urge Seela on to moving at all. She's just always been this way. She's a great little mini cow to use for training, but we're being real cautious with Sadie today, not only because Rusty's out there, and you can hear him being extremely hormonal, but because years ago, when the first time I introduced Sadie to Suzie, Seela's mom, Sadie got stressed, turned around right quick, and kicked Suzie in the nose. And I'm lucky that nobody got hurt. But it taught me a lesson. not only do you have to think about keeping the horse from striking the cow, but you want to be able to keep the cow from striking out at the horse. Look at Sadie, she's looking at Rusty. She's saying that is a hormonal bull, and let's see, he's walking away, that's good. She's looking real good. Now let's see if we can just let her watch Seela run around here. We don't have to even urge Seela on. She just says, okay, I know what my job is here. She'll be emerging here in a moment in this arena. There she goes. Katie, who's very experienced on my Morgans, teaching them cow work, is just going to give Sadie an opportunity to follow this very, very active heifer. And we don't want to push Seela so much that she might go through the vinyl fences. So we're just staying a distance away and say, oh, and there's Rusty, he's there. Now he himself could decide to come through the fence. If I ever built another fence again, now that I have cows, I would definitely use metal, steel. Vinyl has its advantages, but not when it comes to cows. Okay, now Seela decided she's going to stand still for a minute. So, oh, and Sadie's gaping, she's excited, she's stressed. I want Sadie to say, okay, she's standing still, now I'm going to stand still. She's moving, now I'm going to move. Not real close, just with her, and if possible, over the haunches, just like that. Very nice. We're always practicing over the haunches in our Western dressage, with our cable cow, with our motor cow, with our ATV. Give the horses the understanding, and they'll do it for you if they understand, that when they go around just like that, they're to go over their haunches. And Katie's doing a lot of it with her body language. Again, this is going to be a short session. We just want to give Sadie a reminder what it's like to work with a real cow in the arena, and then we're going to go on with this kind of training in season 29. And here goes Seela again. And is there any way you cannot use the reins, or do you have to use the reins to stop her? Because she's not stopping. Okay, because she's gaping. Okay, yeah, we know that. Okay, so we've got to work, especially in our Western dressage thread, on making her understand how to stop without using reins. Now, everybody's calm. Seela's right here on the other side of the fence. Sadie is not stressed. Maybe can you back off a little bit? Good. See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.